All right. Welcome to the Tuesday night Principal Chiro broadcast from DE and Band of Brothers. I'm Dr. Brian Moriarty, your esteemed MC for tonight's exciting call with special guest, Dr. Ed Cordero, and I'm joined by... Who are you?
Emma,
thank you for joining me today. Is there anything you want to say to our DE listeners?
I love DE.
You love DE? And are you going to be coming to DE in just a couple of weeks?
Yeah.
Are you excited?
Yes.
9 days away. Very excited. Guess what? We have a hotel room there, but apparently some people don't. So just a little bit of a heads up for DE. Next Thursday, we begin, and the room block cutoff is closed. We told you on here to get on that room, but unfortunately, it is closed. There is a waiting list. A lot of times, rooms do become available. Snowstorms happen, things like that. So if you want to join the waiting list, there's your contact. info@life.de. I'm sure that's supposed to say .com on the end of it, or call the number there on your screen, 438-9949, area code 770. Get on the wait list. Hopefully something opens up. If not, maybe they could stay on our floor. Connect groups. We have our connect groups. Blue, yellow, orange, purple. What's the best team? Do you remember which one we are? The purple team. That's clearly the best team. But if you're not in a group already, we'll get you in one. If you are, bring that passion and fire to Dynamic Essentials. And there's our upcoming dates here. We've got the spring one in just 9 days in Clearwater, Florida. Then we're back to Atlanta for July and October. And then the winter, just after the new year, we're back in sunny Clearwater, Florida. Go to lifede.com to register. It's going to be a great, great time. Anything else you want to share before you go to bed? No? All right. Hop on here because you're sitting right on me. There you go. So, anyway, exciting news about DE. I'm super excited to see you guys all there. The Moriarty clan will be there with bells on, and I think it's going to be an awesome DE. So, hope to see you there. Contact Kat if you haven't made your arrangements. If you have, we will see you there. Our next speaker here will be at DE. We know that. And this gentleman is this is a very special guest, let me just say. Very special. Because not only is he a former college president, was president of Sherman College, rescued it from the muck, made it into an incredible establishment that Dr. Jack Boyle is carrying on now. But Dr. Edwin Cordero had a incredible practice in Florida, got the call, left for Sherman College, did that, was CEO of MaxLiving, crushed that. Now he got the call again, and today is his first day on the job. He is officially the CEO of the International Chiropractors Association. How exciting is that? Not an April Fool's joke. It is April 1st. That would have been a great joke. Hey, guys, guess what? He's not the CEO. But no, not an April Fool's joke today. We're super excited. Super excited. Everyone's super excited about this. There's been people joining the ICA. There's been calls for support from everywhere in chiropractic. This is like the most perfect move ever. A incredible leader that steps up to the plate and is just going to dominate and unite the ICA and bring it to just a level I feel like it's never been at before. And I am so excited to welcome him to this call, to share his thoughts. So, guys, let's give it up for our speaker tonight on the Tuesday night Principal Chiro broadcast, Dr. Edwin Cordero. Ba-ba-ma-bera, ba-ba-ma-bera.
So funny thing, Brian. You said that Sherman called, and then MaxLiving called, and ICA called. I better stop answering the phone, because I'm telling you what, you think that you've gotten to a certain point in your career, and then all of a sudden the call comes in, and then the call comes in. But this is what we do. And this is why we're so passionate about chiropractic, because we love what we do. And so, thank you. Thank you for that awesome introduction. Emma, thank you. It's always great seeing Emma, there as well. And I'm really looking forward to seeing everyone in a couple of weeks at our DE. Super excited for that. Like Brian said today, today is my first day as the CEO of the ICA. And I tell you what, it's an incredible honor and a privilege to be able to serve at this capacity. There's a lot of things going on. No organization is perfect, but you know what? When you prepare and the door, you hear the knock at the door and you open, God provides those resources and those individuals and those people to be able to help you get through the process. So anyhow, thank you so much for being on the call tonight. I want to talk about today a little bit about leadership and a little bit about the heartbeat of a movement. I think that's a great terminology, the heartbeat of the movement. I've learned in the 30 plus years that I've been a chiropractor, that I have been a leader, that I have been a servant in this profession, that the most profound lesson that I have learned in 30 plus years is the most simple lesson, but yet very complicated. And this is what it is, that those closest to the leader determine the success or the failure of the leader. That's the lesson. The ones closest to you, the leader, are the ones that determine your success or your failure as a leader. So tonight, I just want to take this opportunity to speak to you about leadership, but I want to speak about responsibility. I want to talk about the calling upon your life. I want to talk about the opportunities that we have all together to build a movement, not just an organization. Organizations are cool, but it's about the movement within those organizations. And so leadership is kind of interesting, because leadership, if you really look at it, it's all about relationships. That's what leadership is. It's about the leader's ability to create relationships, and relationships that are going to be able to become influential in that leader's life. It's not about the title. It's not about the position. It's about you being able, with your closest people, your closest supporters around you, to carry your vision. And those that are closest around you are going to help you to carry your vision, or they're going to dilute it. They're going to not allow it to happen. So there's this great quote that I love. And the quote says the following: if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. See, it's all about together. It's about us doing something bigger than ourselves. It's not about the personal accolades. A lot of people thrive on personal accolades, and accolades are great, but that's not what it's about. It's about the relationships that you build. So you can't go, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, you got to go together. So are the closest people to you in your life? This is a question. Are the closest people to you that are surrounding you as a leader helping to lift you, or are they limiting you? And I think that this is a great question, because if you think about it, maybe your success as a leader has not been accomplished, not because of you, but because those around you, those closest to you, are limiting you instead of lifting you up. And so you're going to have to go and do some introspection and see whether those around you are lifting you or those around you are limiting you. See, every leader and every team member carries two buckets. So every leader and every team member shows up every single day to put out fires, whether it's in the clinic, whether it's in your organization, there's always fires. Fires are equivalent to problems. And so as a leader, you have a responsibility to put out these fires. So when there's a fire, you, the leader, me, the leader, is the first one that has to show up to put out that fire. And we show up with two buckets. One bucket on the right hand is the water bucket. One bucket on the left hand is the gasoline bucket. And so this is the interesting thing. Which one do you pour onto the fire? Which one do you pour onto the problem? And it may sound very simple, but a lot of people are actually pouring gasoline into the problem, gasoline into the fire, thus creating multiple dysfunctional decisions that are made. And then you wonder why your organization, why your clinic, why your office is not growing and not moving. So if you and your team are walking in with your buckets of water and gasoline, my question to you, the leader that's listening to us today, watching us today, is, are you training your team to put out the fire or to make it worse? So I want to share something that happened to me with this fire story. So when COVID-19 happened, Sherman at the time had to pivot like everybody else. The whole entire world had to pivot. And so I gathered my executive leadership team, and we sat down, and every single day we met for hours at a time on Zoom calls. I mean, for hours and hours and hours. And we were trying to figure things out. This was the biggest fire that we needed to put out. Graduation was coming. How do you do graduation when there's COVID-19 and people can't gather? Do you see the fire? Do you see that if I try to put that fire out, how do I do that? Because no matter what you try to do in that specific situation, there were going to be people, and they were people that were upset. I mean, I went to Sherman College for 3.5 years. I paid so much money to get to Sherman, and now I don't get a graduation. But the reality of the world was that COVID created this chaos. And so therefore, those leaders and those teams of leaders that did not pivot, did not bring their bucket of water to put out the fire, then we're failing. And so we sat down, and we, for weeks, every single day, we brought our buckets of water and we put out the fire. And this is what we did. We did the first virtual graduation in the existence of Sherman College. And people were upset, and people were excited, and people were indifferent. But we did it, and we did it. And you know what happened? It turned out to be this incredible experience because everybody was able to participate. People from all over the world were able to connect and to be able to see the virtual graduation. And those students were honored, and those students were given the respect that they deserve. But the executive team, the leadership team, had to come up with these buckets of water to be able to put out the fire. So what fires are happening in your business? What fires are happening that you have to learn how to pivot, and more importantly, be able to bring the right bucket to the party? Because you don't want to bring the gasoline bucket. You want to bring the water bucket. So creating a movement, not just an organization. Organizations have employees. They show up at 9 o'clock in the morning. They leave at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. No commitment other than the hours that they have to be there. So organizations have employees. Movements, on the contrary, has believers, have go above and beyond because they want to create something bigger than themselves. Organizations do survive, but movements inspire, and they outlast their founders. I'll give you a prime example. DE. We're here today celebrating 60 plus years of Dynamic Essentials that was founded by Dr. Sid and Dr. Nell. And here we're still moving. We're still moving. So we're not an organization at DE. We are a movement at DE. And I'm so grateful to be part of that movement and be part of that movement for years and years and years. So chiropractic is also a movement. It's not just about the chiropractic adjustments. I think that a lot of doctors, for whatever reason, they just focus at what they're good at, and that's what they do, and they don't care about anything else. And I'm just going to focus about my technique, and I'm going to focus about the adjustment. But being a movement is much more than just giving the chiropractic adjustment. It's about sharing hope. It's about healing. It's about the innate intelligence within the body to be able to be expressed at its full potential so the body can do what the body needs to do regardless, because the innate intelligence is able to flow at 100% of its ability because we remove the vertebral subluxation. We put the force in. The body then does whatever it needs to do with that force. This profession, I'm going to make a declaration. This profession is worth protecting. This profession is worth sacrificing for, and it's worth building upon. I know that some of the old timers, I already did my part. I was already at all the leadership things. I was already part of the politics. I was already, these things that they've done. And we're so grateful for everyone that's done that. But this profession is being attacked. I don't know if you guys are aware of HB 929, but it was a bill passed in Montana that actually went about, bringing drugs into our profession. Bringing drugs into our profession. We're a drugless profession. And yet there's states and there's people that want to change that. And so Montana today, they went to committee and they actually approved the HB 929. So now it's going to the next step. And I know we're doing everything that we can, especially the ICA, but different groups and different organizations that want to keep chiropractic pure and principled. That we're fighting the fight, but there's a lot of people just stepping back and waiting for others to do something. You see, if we're a movement, we need to be at the forefront. If we're in the movement, we need to be ready to battle. If we are in movement, we need to support financially. We need to support with letters. We need to support in any way possible these organizations that are fighting this battle. Because this battle doesn't stop with Montana. This battle continues with all the other states. And so you have to decide whether you're going to want to leave a legacy behind. And one of your legacy is to be involved in these battles. If you can't be there physically, then support it financially. But you got to create a legacy for the future. And part of your legacy is to support the movement. The other part of the legacy is, or the greatest contribution that you will make is not just about the patients and your adjustments, like I said a few minutes ago, but it's about the leaders that you raise. Your responsibility is to raise other leaders, to teach other leaders. So when you're not here, the movement continues. The people that pour into today will be the ones that carry the vision tomorrow. The people that you pour into today will be the ones who carry the vision tomorrow. So I got a couple questions for you. Simple. Who are you developing? Who are you mentoring? Are you building and carrying water carriers or gasoline handlers? I remember Dr. Fritz Schofield used to say all the time, he used to say, chop wood, carry water. Chop wood, carry water. And I never knew what that was. And I asked him, but I never understood it till recently. Chop wood is doing the work that needs to be done for the movement. It's hard, but somebody's got to do it. So you got to be able to chop wood. Anybody that's chopped wood knows that it's not easy, but it's got to be done. And carrying water is what we've been talking about. Is you being ready for those fires, you being ready for those problems, you being ready to pivot and to take charge by carrying the buckets of water. Chop wood, carry water. I don't know if you know this, but we have been called for such a time as this, not just to lead, but to lead with purpose, to lead with passion, and to lead with principle. Chiropractic does not belong to us. There's this myth that you are chiropractic. Chiropractic is all about you, doctor, because of your personality, your communication skills, your adjustment skills, your technique. And I'm here to burst your bubble a little bit, doctor. Those that think that way, chiropractic doesn't belong to us. It belongs to the next generation. And it will be what we make of it. So you decide what your legacy is going to be. I know what my legacy is. I know the battles that I've been in. I know that chiropractic doesn't belong to me. I know that I am teaching the next generation for them to take this movement further than what we could. So tonight, I want you to leave here committed, not just to adjusting patients. That's what we do. But I don't want you to be committed solely on that. I want you to be committed in creating leaders. So it starts with you. You have to create yourself to be a leader. Maybe you don't think you're a leader, but you are. And we need you in this movement. We need every single one of you in this movement. So I want you to, part of your legacy is to, let's raise up leaders. Let's be intentional. Let's be bold. Let's be transformational. We can be transactional, but we need to be transformational. That is your legacy. That is my legacy. And with all the battles that are happening in chiropractic right now, we need every single one of you to participate, to be proactive, to be engaged, to be bold, to do the things that make you uncomfortable. Whether we win the battle or not, you did the best that you could. And that's all we can ask of each other. Did you do the best that you could? Were you the best husband? Were you the best father or mother? Were you the best chiropractor? Were you involved in the profession? Did you use your tools to the highest capacity to make a difference? Did you raise leaders? Were you bold and unapologetic in doing these things? Because if you don't, then you're leading to the side of weakness and meekness. We don't need that in the movement. We need totally the opposite. So I just want to share something with you. There is someone in your practice. There is someone in your office. There's someone in your circle of influence who is waiting for you to hand them the bucket of water. Show them how to use that bucket of water. And one day, they'll be the ones putting out the fires that you and I haven't even seen yet. I am so grateful for every one of you that are on the call that has poured your time into building me into the leader that I am today. Throughout the years, many of you on this call poured into me and you didn't even know you were pouring into me, making me a better person, making me a better professional, making me a better leader. And God has opened up doors in my life that I went from private practice to being the president of Sherman College of Chiropractic, to going and being the president and CEO at MaxLiving Chiropractic Franchises, to going and open up Cordero Consultant Group, where I'm mentoring and teaching, professionals, chiropractors, business people to become better, and now have the opportunity and the blessing to be the CEO of the ICA. My first day, I am so grateful. I am so excited. After 31 years in practice, I am more fired up about chiropractic today than I was when I first started. And it's because I belong to a movement. And that movement is called the Dynamic Essentials Movement. So I just want to let you know that I love every single one of you. I appreciate you. I am so grateful for this opportunity to come and to share with you guys. And I just hope that somehow, some way today, I was able to pour into you, be able to give you some value, be able to give you some information that'll get you excited and get you on board with the mission and vision. We need every single one of you. I can't wait to see you at DE, give you a hug, be able to share some wisdom with you guys, and be able to come together as a family and as a movement. God bless you guys, and thank you so much for this opportunity to share with you guys tonight.
I tell you, I am excited. Ed, you there?
I'm here.
Oh, okay. Sorry. My screen went black again. I didn't know if that was on. I don't know why he keeps doing that, but hopefully you can see me. And I'm excited. Okay, there we go. My name's on there at least. I'm excited, and thank you so much for that awesome talk, buddy. I'm fired up. I know everybody else is. That you can see the stuff, the comments scrolling across the bottom. And brother, that was just awesome. I'm fired up. Everybody's fired up. We got DE 9 days away. I know the schedule is just being finalized, but I heard a little snippet that somebody might be our Friday night anchor. So look at you moving up in the world. It's going to be awesome. And then this weekend, we have the ICA annual meeting. So it's very exciting. So in Clearwater, the exact same place as DE. So me and Dr. Cordero and Dr. Judson, Martinez, Pete Gay, and the rest of the crew. are all meeting with ICA leadership this weekend in Clearwater. So we'll let you guys know how the hotel is, and then we'll be back for DE the weekend after. But Ed, I love and appreciate you. Thank you so much for the inspiring message for us and our listeners. And I'll see you in a couple of days, brother.
We'll see you, man. God bless everyone. And you know what? Continue to push forward with this, keeping your eyes open with Montana, because it's an important thing. If this bill gets through Montana, it's going to get through a bunch of different states. So you know what? Reach out to the contacts, reach out to people, share your opinion that you're against this. It's super important that we support this.
Amen to that, brother. We got to fight that battle together. Thank you to all of our listeners for tuning in. Keep the comments coming. And we'll see you guys next Tuesday night. DE week begins next Tuesday night, 9 p.m. with the Tuesday night Principled Chiro broadcast. Take care and God bless everyone.
Bye-bye.